the place that I think about that value versus price is that if a person fully understands the value of what they're really getting, they wouldn't even be concerned about the price. I was fat. You know, my last few measurements were like what I had I think 17.9, and then 18.2, and then 18, and then like 8 or so days later 17.6, and so I'll be down at 12 or unless there's a good crisis where I can make a lot of money. I'll get myself down to about 12%, which is below average leanness. I'm going to look just fine. We'll see how I look, see how I feel. We'll make some adjustments from there. But my cardio is a lot better for training. I feel my cardio is better. But I was very productive when I was a fatty. I worked all day, and I got things done. And people say, oh, you'll have so much more energy. Not really. My cardio is better. I can do physical things, for physical violence or exercise. I feel more competent. But as far as like daily productivity, now I'm distracted from working out all the time. All those extra hours were going to to other productivity. So probably getting less done in some ways, but I'll live longer and I'm more competent and I feel better and less wear and tear on your joints, and it's good overall, but I didn't feel bad when I was a fatty. I still got a lot more done than people that were calling me fat. But I was fat. If she said, look at him, he's fat. I was like, yeah, I was. I could fix that. An interesting reflection I've had on that, we'll go back to keep your thought, you two. An interesting reflection I had about that is, I think when somebody sees something like that, look how fat he is, and I'm like, oh, I think in their mind, if they were in that sort of condition, like it'd be like permanent or something, or like they can't imagine doing something dramatic to change their lifestyle, or they can't imagine doing something dramatic that would, in my case, enhance my finances at the cost of my, physical appearance, or I don't even want to say long-term health, because I didn't do anything that would cause a long-term health consequence, but it looks like a person who's going to have long-term health consequences, And I think they can't imagine to, like, would you guys gain, well, let me think about it in terms of percentage, because if I just say a number, I'm already big anyway, but whatever your current body weight is, if you added 20% to your body weight, but you're 20% fat furthermore. If your body weight was up 20% fat, but you made that kind of money, like, would you take that deal? And sort out the health stuff later? Or, I think most people couldn't imagine that, like, to accept, oh, I need to focus so fully on this. If the gyms were open, that wouldn't have happened, because I would have kept going to the gym, and I would have had much less. Maybe I would have gained 20 pounds instead of 50 pounds, but that wouldn't have happened. But yeah, the confluence of circumstance, like, oh, like I can't go to the gym, I can't go exercise and do normal stuff. Like, all right, let me focus on the things I can do. And in fact, I've been waiting for an opportunity like this, so let me do it in an extreme way. And that worked out just fine. But they also couldn't imagine then changing that back, that like, like the same person that has the discipline or the motivation or whatnot to go do that could also easily fix that later, in a year's time, in less than a year's time, to go from guys, I eat French fries, I eat cake, fries, I eat, if I want to drink a beer, I'll drink a beer. I'm just not into drinking much anymore. I used to drink in nightclubs, and I'm not excited to drink much, but I go to the fights, I'll have a few beers. That's the one context that I'll still have, 4 or 5 drinks. If we go to a UFC fight, I'll have a few beers. But there's a lot of low-hanging fruit in my diet. Like, my genetics want to win. I just was overeating and so on and so on. So there's a ton of low-hanging fruit yet. So I don't know. But I think they can't imagine themselves that you do something dramatic one way and then go the other way. So then that stands out more as like it's a permanent condition. It's like, would it be easier for me to lose 50 pounds or for that person to gain 50 IQ points and catch up? Like, what were you going to say? And what were you going to say, Daniel? Fight it out, guys. Fight it out. It's negotiation.
So you were asking about priceless value and what we thought about it. One way I look at it is like a modern day cognitive bias, in that it's the brain's shortcut of price is like just a one-dimensional number to categorize the worth of something. Whereas if you have the time, value is more what's actually the worth of it. And usually there's, situations like, in real estate where you're looking at the price and someone's so obsessed with the price and that's just their shortcut way of looking at the value, whereas there's a whole bunch of concessions you could throw in there, a whole bunch of other elements you could take advantage of to make a better deal, because they're so obsessed with the one number that's meant to encapsulate the worth of something. There's a slight nuance, obviously, that value is subjective. Different people want different things, but I look at it that way, that a price in many ways is just the brain's shortcut of what's the worth of something without having to overthink it.
The nuance you added, which is 100% true, that different people value different things, is it's one of the fundamental tenets of economics or of barter together, that somebody's going to prefer more chickens over oranges or some other barter. So that makes great sense. The place that I think about that value versus price is that in the context where, if a person fully and you touched on this, if a person fully understand the value of what they're really getting, they wouldn't even be concerned about the price, but they get stuck on on a price tag of something, and they don't think through the full package of value or the full the benefit that will be added to their life with the higher value thing instead of the lower price thing. This is like the whole business model of, say, Family Dollar or General Dollar and stuff like that. That maybe you go to Walmart or Target or a different grocery store and you get 250 square feet of aluminum foil. And just arbitrarily, I don't know what the current price of that is, but say it's say that's $6 for 250 feet, and then you go to the dollar store and aluminum foil is only $2. It costs 1/3 of the price, but you only get 10% of the amount. So price per unit, price per square foot in this context, you can translate that to square meters easily as well. But price per unit, maybe you're paying 330% more, but there's a subset of dummies in society that they're just like, why would somebody pay $6 for foil when I can buy foil for $2? Well, you're paying 300% more. You're paying 3 1/3 times the price per unit. You're paying $3.33 for $1 worth of foil. Those are the ones that are astounding to me, that they do value the foil, but they'd rather go back and buy $2 increments of foil, end up spending tremendously more than to they spend $20 on foil to get $6 worth of foil and go back and make that transaction numerous times because they can't understand there's a lot more in that package than this package. Last one on that topic. You had a thought?
Yeah, I was going to say, I used to watch your YouTube videos so much when I was working with a friend in the studio. And he would work with artists and people who would make music and music videos. And because I would watch your videos so much, I remember this one night at 1 in the morning, listening to a bunch of rap music. And they have a YouTube ad that pops up, and you're in your big fur coat with the rabbit saying, "Don't stay bored." And it's the first time I've ever heard some guy say, "Fuck you, Derek Moneyberg." Then they went back to smoking weed and listening to music. I'm like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
I knew that was a great ad. I knew it was going to work. More ads like that, Jake. We're going to record more. Some people are confused. They say, Derek, what is the 10 Commandments of wealth? Not the 10 maybes of wealth. It's the 10 core things that you're going to need to know about in detail if you'd like to accumulate significant wealth in your lifetime. Click this link up here to find more information exactly what is the 10 Commandments of wealth, how is the program structured, what's inside of it, how are you going to benefit from it. If you're doing well already and you'd like to do better, Click that link and find out more. There's over 100 hours of content in this program. I've interviewed dozens of world champions that shared what it took for them to win, to be the top Hall of Fame athletes in their respective areas. And I brought a lot of other superstars in there from business, from legal, people that are real world entrepreneurs that made serious money, as I have myself. We all share with you what are the foundations you're going to need to know if you want to be successful yourself. Be a chooser, not a loser. Click that link, find out more. I'll see you inside.